In today's episode, we are going to break down everything we know about Sony and Marvel Studios' upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day. From confirmed plot details to official set photos, and even some not so official set photos, and everything in between. There is plenty to dig into, so let's jump right into it.
Finally.
Firstly, it has been confirmed that Jon Bernthal as the Punisher and Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk will be in this film as supporting characters.
I am the Punisher! I'm right here! You want it, I'll give it to you!
As for Jon Bernthal, you can see the Punisher van that's been spotted on the set in Glasgow where they're currently filming. I think we can fully expect to see some sort of conflict between Spider-Man and the Punisher before they end up having to work together. You know how these things go. Kevin Feige also said that he aimed to recreate this iconic comic book cover, which of course is the introduction of the Punisher in Marvel Comics. So here's hoping we get to see that. As for what the Hulk is going to be doing, we have almost no information, no photos, nothing like that to tell us what kind of Hulk we might be seeing. Although many fans are suggesting and hoping that we get to see the Savage Hulk, something a little more fun and exciting to watch than like preppy, smart Hulk.
Time travel!
Also confirmed back is Michael Mando as Scorpion, who we haven't seen since the post-credit scene of Spider-Man Homecoming.
It's not on you.
Sadie Sink has also been cast in a mystery role, as in it is completely unknown what the hell she's gonna be playing in this movie. The big theories are that she could be playing anybody from Mayday Parker, who is Peter Parker's daughter when he's older, him and MJ have a baby. And that could mean that Toby is also in this movie, which we had been hearing rumors about left and right. Some fans are speculating that she could be playing Felicia, aka the Black Cat, and the most recent theory, which seems to be the most concrete so far, is that she's just gonna be playing Gwen Stacy.
I'm Gwanda.
Wait, your name is Gwanda?
And while we can assume that Scorpion is going to be one of the major players as far as villains in this movie, some potentially minor villains like Boomerang, Tombstone, and Tarantula also appear in this movie in some capacity. Although we don't yet know what their involvement might be. Could just be cannon fodder, just villains for Spider-Man to punch up pretty bad in like the first act of the movie. Could be something much more than that, who knows? Also, I think that Tombstone is kind of primed to make a good secondary villain, so I really would like to see what they do with Tombstone, and hopefully it can kind of go somewhere, you know? We also know what Spidey's new suit is gonna look like in the film, and this is a juicy one.
Yeah, I need a suit.
Shoot.
We ready?
There have been mixed receptions to some of the leaked images, but I think ultimately it's been positive, the reaction to this suit. I like it. Looks like the webbing pattern did get a little raised upgrade to look more in line with the Toby and Andrew suits, which did have raised webbing that looked textured and separate from the suit, versus the Tom Holland suits, which had been kind of like screen printed with that webbing. It was very flat. And Sony has given us a lot of already iconic looks at Peter Parker in this suit. It's got that really rich blue color, which seems a little bit darker and maybe less glossy than his suit at the end of No Way Home. And I'm looking at the suit for this mask as well, and I gotta say, I love it. I think the size of the eyes and the size of the webbing is perfect. At least for me, you know, it's divisive stuff, I guess. Within these set photos and videos, it also confirms that this movie will include, at the very least, some practical swinging and action. It is so good to see some wire work and rigging done to help capture the swinging. We of course know that in any Spider-Man movie there has to be fully rendered CGI shots just to make the impossible possible. And that is true of any Spider-Man movie. Sometimes you just need CGI for those really epic shots. But some of these swings and explosions in this film will be done practically, and I think all of us as fans really appreciate that. And in this clip it looks like Tom Holland fucking dies. I just hope he's okay.
I like the new suit.
Thanks.
Now, the movie is shooting in Glasgow, but it takes place in New York City, and since we already know that Frank Castle's confirmed to be in it, we can't help but wonder, where's Daredevil?
I'm a really good lawyer.
See, at the end of Daredevil Born Again, he was like starting an all-out war on crime with some of his ragtag homies. That has to be going on here. You would think that Castle would definitely be part of that, and that makes you think that by extension, Spider-Man might get a little bit of that. bleeding over into his neck of the woods. So this is purely speculation, not confirmed by anybody, but I would love to see a little bit of Daredevil in costume with Spider-Man in this movie. That said, I know that many of us fans do want to see a more ground-level Spider-Man, something that has been missing from Tom Holland's trilogy thus far, but come on, you can't tell me it wouldn't look good to see Daredevil and Spider-Man together. I guess we'll see what happens.
Definitely top 5 super battles for me. What about you?
I don't really keep track, kid.
Maybe they'll put like some of the other Defenders, you know what I mean? Maybe some Jessica Jones, maybe Luke Cage will pop in.
I just want to be left the hell alone.
Well, that would be a waste.
Speaking of way too many cameos, it is rumored that this film is trying to go for a more ground-level Spider-Man. But with all of these characters serving up justice in the movie, I think it's safe to say that they're gonna have to extend some of our disbelief for a little bit. It can't be completely grounded. However, we can see from this leaked mood board on Pinterest that it looks like this film is gonna be taking place in some of the darker and colder seasons. I'm really hoping for some snowy and rainy Spider-Man stuff. I like that. I think it adds to the creepy spideriness of it all. Now, the set photos don't necessarily show this, as the film is shooting in Glasgow, which despite being a place that does get very cold, it is summer there currently, you know, so it's not snowing. However, I'm of the belief that we will get winter Spider-Man, as the latest leaked photos show Tom Holland visiting Aunt May's grave, and it is definitely giving winter. Oh yeah. And actually Zendaya's there too, but it is unclear if she's acting in this scene, which as of right now wouldn't make any sense, or if she's just there visiting Tom Holland, because, you know, they're engaged. Now, here are some confirmed details just for those of us looking for a vibe of what this movie might be. It is being directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who was the director of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This was a worthy entry in a string of otherwise mid-Marvel movies, and I honestly walked away liking this movie, so I am happy to see that this director will be helming Spider-Man. The script was penned by Chris McKenna and Eric Summers, who you know as the writers of the previous Spider-Man Homecoming movies, all 3 of them.
Trying to do better.
Currently, the film has a slated release for July 31st, 2026, but personally, I think this movie is gonna be delayed depending on what is going on with Avengers Doomsday, which also will be getting delayed, right? So, we also know that Zendaya, Jacob Batalon, and Jon Favreau will be reprising their roles as MJ and Ned and Happy, respectively, but another character that is rumored to appear in this film is Mr. Negative, a character that was recently introduced in the comic books but was really popularized by the Insomniac Spider-Man game. I wonder how many times you guys have heard that sentence since speculation about this movie started hitting the internet.
Apparently the show's not over.
Now, personally, I would love to see Mr. Negative and the Inner Demons show up, because I think it would be good to introduce a little bit of those darker emotions into Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Especially if he is to skip Doomsday and then be in Secret Wars with the black suit. I think we have to do some emotional layering, some groundwork in this movie, and this Mr. Negative stuff could be a great way to do it. Also, with the Thunderbolts being a hit in terms of audience reception, not necessarily box office, but I think that some of the darker themes could really work for this Spider-Man movie, and Thunderbolts maybe helped prove that. There was recently also speculation that Punisher's involvement in this movie would be from a comic book arc where he is the head of the Hand. I honestly don't think that that will be the case. I think if anything, we might see some of the things that allude to that as either red herrings or just completely something else. But I don't know, I didn't read that comic book, so let me know what you guys think. Is this Punisher we're gonna see, is he working with the Hand? It wouldn't make much sense, but honestly, be kind of sick to see some ninjas in this movie. And speaking of ninjas, leaked costume designer Pinterest mood board. It's all ninja stuff. You know, I mean, that's not a, you know, hopefully not a spoiler. I don't know how much of this is actually going to be in the movie, but it leaked and it's for this movie. This also led to rumors that Silver Samurai might be in this film as one of the villains, and to that I say, I don't think so. I don't think they would do it. The Silver Samurai is like mostly an X-Men villain. I'm pretty sure he's a mutant. He fights mutants. I just don't see this, and I don't see Spider-Man being the place to introduce Silver Samurai. Not happening.
This is plenty.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No.
Now, what we can deduce of the plot, okay? So Spider-Man No Way Home ended with the entire world forgetting that Peter Parker is Spider-Man and then forgetting who Peter Parker is at all. So now we're looking at a reboot, you know? It's a reboot within its own film series. At the end of No Way Home, we know that Peter gets his GED, so now he could be attending college, which could be where he meets the Sadie Sink character, who could be Gwen Stacy. A lot of could-bes. But it could also be where he meets Bruce Banner. He could be teaching at the college, he could be giving a lecture, he could be a special guest. And if that is the case, then I think that alludes to the type of Hulk we might be getting in this movie.
Time travel!
But it could also be the launching point for one of the greatest friendships in Marvel Comics, Harry Osborn and Peter Parker. Two friends who are destined to be friends and then try to kill each other forever. A tale as old as time.
So good.
Look, at this point though, we need to get Harry Osborn in the mix, do we not? It could be an interesting dynamic with Peter knowing that in another universe, Harry's dad is the Green Goblin, the man who killed Peter's Aunt May in No Way Home. That could be the soapy dramatic juice that we are really looking to cook with in this movie. And folks, that is everything that we know about Spider-Man Brand New Day so far. Now, of course, as the movie continues being promoted and shooting, we are gonna learn so much more about this video, so feel free to come back and comment what we learn down below. Also, let me know what your theories are, let me know what your wish list is, what things do you want to see in this movie, what would make it a highly anticipated Marvel film for you. All that and whatever else you want to tell me goes in the comments, but I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.